Hey everyone, it's Lainey. Welcome back, and this is Crafted by Lucas, and I am still on the bandwagon of using supplies that I bought last year and haven't used yet. So what I've pulled is the Positively Cut card front die. So I have this. I was playing with it a couple of days ago, and I have this one too. I think you can use these together. Like you could press your panel and then, so it would have these little stitched crosses, and then you could run it through, and then the crosses would be cut out. I think you can do that. So we'll see if I go that direction. And then I just pulled Just Amazing dies. I don't know if I've used this before or not, but I'm going to use probably Just For You because it's not as bigger of a die, and I really want our color to shine through. I don't want to cover it up too much. So I made this card. By the time this card is out, this will probably be the card right before this one. I am about 5 weeks ahead on videos. So yeah, very grateful for that. But I just made this card, and it's an interactive card. How cute. So the little Stampin' dies are from Lawn Fawn, and then I use Concord and Ninth colors. I'm pulling those colors back in for today's card. But if you didn't catch this card, I'll leave it down below for you in the description box. So cute. I really like how that one turned out. Okay, so I'm not sure. You know what? I think I'm going to bypass this today. Let's just move this aside. I'm just going to use this. And I was looking on Concord and Ninth's Instagram page, and yeah, I went back to see kind of what they were doing with this, and I took a screenshot of it. So let me show you that real fast. So it had this one here, and this is the one that looks like you can have the stitching details. I'm not sure if my camera's picking that up. And then this one here. So that's kind of what I'm going with. That's the direction I'm going with. And I recently saw Bethany's video for Valentine's when she's using the heart die from Concord and Ninth. So we're using inspiration from Bethany and also Concord and Ninth to put this card, or to bring this card together today. I am going to just cut out, I've got 5 colors pulled. I'm just going to cut out 2 rows of each one, and then we'll just fill it in later. So this is what I'm going to do basically. And there's other ways that you can do this. You can cut the strips down, but I am just going to position them so we just have those 2 rows there. And I'm going to run it through my Spellbinders Platinum 6. Run it back through. But I'm going to just speed this up and put some music on while I get all of this cut out. And I will also cut this whole panel out in white as well. So we'll have this, well, you'll just see in a second. If it's not making sense, you will see in a second. Okay, so I cut all the little pieces out, and I should have brought in my tray for my little pieces, but I just put them all over there so I don't lose any. And I cut my panel down, or cut my panel out rather. I cut it out on 110-pound cardstock so I would have that thickness, because we're going to create an inlay look just like Bethany did on her channel. And I'm going to use the 110-pound cardstock in white, and then we'll stack the color on top of it. So we'll get just a little bit of dimension there. and it'll be raised. I just really like that look, and this is the perfect card front to use to create that look. So what I'm doing is just making sure my edges are straight, and I am just kind of trimming it in a little bit. Okay, so I have my panel cut down now, and I'm going to bring in the card base for a moment. Yeah, just a very, very slight margin. We need to go ahead and glue our panel to our card base. My card base is 110 pound cardstock as well, and I'm using 110 just to give it a little dimension for the panel. Usually I use 80 pound, and I am just going to, if you had spray adhesive, that would be good to use. I wish I had done that instead, honestly. But I'm just going to make sure that I apply glue as quick as I can in this open area here and along the edges. And then we'll get it stuck down. So got to make sure that I move quick. Make sure it's straight and aligned. I'm going to pick this up, shift this over a bit. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to just make sure that that is really adhered. All right, so I cleaned up the panel a little bit with my residue eraser. Now we just need to fill in the cutout. So I'm going to start with the white, because that's going to be our build up. That's going to give us that dimension, because that's 110 pound cardstock. And I'm going to use my wax tool. And just fill it in. And I love this part. It's like piecing together a puzzle. It's relaxing. And I'll just work in rows. So I'm doing the white first, and then we'll add, how do I want my colors to be? I will just follow this pattern here. So I'll start with the Oceanside, I believe, and then we'll go up from there. So let me pull some of these colors. And one row is going to have one row of color instead of two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, because we have an odd number there. And I have 5 colors. So one row will just be one row of color. But I am just going to speed this up once again and put on some music while I relax and add color to this card. And be sure to check the description box. I will link my Instagram account for you guys, and I will also link Bethany's video from Valentine's Day, so you can see how she created that inlay if you missed it. I know a lot of her followers or subscribers follow me because our styles are very similar, but just in case you didn't catch it, I will link Bethany's video down below for you guys as well. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit for you guys so y'all can see this a bit better. And now I'm going to get to gluing. All right, so I've just pieced all of them together or on top of each other, and I ended up using sea glass once. So now you can see that all the colors are there. We just use one row of sea glass instead of two like the others, and that was just random. Now, let me pick this up, and now you can see the dimension there. I really like that. And, you know, one step further, I could use the stitched one to add details to these little crosses if I wanted to, which is definitely going to come to the channel in the future. I want to try that. So what next? What is next? Let me move that over to the side. We need our greeting here, and it's going to be just for you, because that one's smaller. And I'm going to just create a shadow layer. You know what? Do we even need the shadow layer? We might not. So my AC just cut on. So that is the background noise that you are hearing. I think we're going to try this out without a shadow layer. So let me cut this out in this glitter, gold glitter. And we'll see how this looks. And if it needs that shadow layer, then I'm thinking I'll just cut it out in white. We're gonna have to have the shadow layer because these are just going to be, they're gonna have to be pieced together, if that makes sense. It will make sense in a moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the shadow layer here and cut it out in white, 110-pound cardstock, just because it's more durable. So I'm just going to pop the letters out of this outline layer here. And it seems that we're just going to have to work it with one letter at a time and glue them down on the shadow layer. And I could use this outline, I guess, as a trace if I needed to. We'll see. So it looks like I could use just this instead. Well, maybe not. I'm just thinking about filling in the little holes, but it doesn't look right because it's a cursive. Like for the O, for example, it's not a full like oval. I could cut this out in white and glue it down and then fill in the gold that way. I think I'm going to do that. So what I'll do is cut this out one more time in white. So yeah, I'm just going to cut this out again in white. So we have this in white, and then we will fill in the letters. Okay, so I don't know what was recording and what wasn't. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but I added the trio of dewdrops there. So we've got the 3 up at the top and the 3 down at the bottom. I love how this turned out. I appreciate the inspiration from Bethany and Concord and Ninth, so I could finally use another product that I've just been sitting on. Be sure to check the description box. I will list the colors that I used today along with other supplies, and follow me on Instagram where I share what I've created, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next Carter Craft. I appreciate your kindness and your views. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye, everyone.